because Campanella, his uncle Peanuts, Campanella was one of the big shots, you know. He's the one died on the on the handball court with the coach.
Sure.
Uh-huh.
No shit. Wow.
Yeah, and his uncle run the Desert Inn for Wilbur Clark, and Peanuts. There was 12 football players. Didn't I tell you this?
Not entirely, no.
There were 12 football players, Puckers and myself. And Unitas had a broken arm. But anyway, he didn't play, you know what I mean. So we got to Vegas. Peanuts told us to get really quick because we were going to have a show. There was a show coming on. So they put this huge oval table where all 14 of us were sitting at this table. Well, we were sitting back towards the crowd that were waiting for the show and having their supper. There was a supper and show thing for them.
Right.
So Unitas I was right to the left of him. He had the crutches on the back of his chair.
Crutches? I thought you said it had broken arm.
Oh, broken leg.
Broken leg or hurt leg.
Yeah. Well, broken arm, the center didn't go. They had to bring a center in from over here, Western Shore. His name was Madison Buzz Nutter. He was there. He was one of the 12. And there was all the linebackers and Bob and all them. But we were sitting, the Puckers were sitting on the other side of Unitas.
So you boys were flanking Johnny U.
So yeah, me and him, I was on one side of it, and he was on the other. So they brought us a dinner, and then the floodlights come on and shine right down on that fucking table. And this guy come out from on the stage and say, "Ladies and gentlemen, we have with us tonight some of the Baltimore Colts." And you know, he sent me like that, said, "Stand up, Perry, take a bow." I said, "You crazy in hell." And you could see the damn lights are flashing.
Mm-hmm.
I like got a picture, had a picture of that myself.
You should have stood up.
Somebody's got pictures of it somewhere.
So the paging Perry Como story, you said you and Unitas and Puckers were out having drinks.
We were in Hollywood Roosevelt.
And the team had to go to the team meeting.
Yeah, and me and Puckers and John were in the basement with the Tisha's dancing.
Choreographer.
Yeah, choreographer.
What was his name? Do you remember? I mean, we talked about this before. I looked him up. He was a seriously famous choreographer.
Yeah, he was choreographer. Debbie Reynolds, Sid Charisse, and another one I can't think of.
So those guys were, after the team meeting, they were looking for you guys, right?
They had a team meeting. So one of them called me. Said, "Page and Mr. Perry Como." And Unitas said, he told me to go answer that too. But on that day, there was one more person in there. There was played Daniel Boone's partner in the movie Daniel Boone, Fitz Parker.
Hmm.
Reed, I mean, he's a singer. Jimmy
Dean?
Dean. Him and that woman that played Fitz Parker's wife and Jimmy Dean's wife were sitting in a table way back there.
And
they were the only ones in there.
that's the trip that Shula let you and Puckers fly up in first class. You couldn't sit back with the team.
Mm-hmm.
And Puckers, do you remember what kind of plane it was? You said Puckers wound up sitting at the controls on autopilot.
DC-8. It was a DC-8 mainliner.
And Puckers had never flown.
He'd never flown, and the pilot was going out, you know, to go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
And Pucker started in there, and just as he started to, the stewardess, she was coming in, and the pilot's coming. I said, Pucker, don't you go in there. Oh, the pilot grabbed us and said, go ahead. Told Pucker, go ahead and sit in my seat. I said, no, you can't fly.
He can't fly.
Well, he'd never been in a damn plane.
He can't fly.
God damn.
So you said the stewardess asked you which one was Johnny Unitas.
Yeah,
And that was Sandy, and it wound up being Johnny Unitas' second wife. Till he died, right?
yeah,
She's still alive, I do believe.
yeah. What's the name come up there, shake his hand? Chuck Thompson. He was the broadcast television for the television, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
On TV. And Chula, they come up and thank us for coming, you know, being a good
Good fans.
fan.
And then they went out and beat the Rams. Weren't supposed to beat the Rams.
Oh, Chula didn't know that. They went to the fire escape on Friday night.
Went to the Whiskey A Go Go.
Mm-hmm.
Would you say half the damn team was at the Whiskey A Go Go at 2 o'clock in the morning?
It was that same bunch. It was all linebackers. Dino Marquetta, he was out there, but he didn't go. He didn't go to Vegas with us.
Now speaking of Gino Marchetti, that's the you guys were in Miami for a game, right?
Yeah.
You, Donnie Drewer, Butch Tawes, and Nookie Ward, right?
Yeah. But Gino,
He didn't know you guys were there, did he? He just walked right by you and said, "Hey boys, you want to come meet?"
no, that was Bobby Boyd.
Oh, I thought I had it mixed up. I thought it was Marchetti.
No. See, that was Bobby Boyd.
So what did he say? "Hey boys, I didn't know you were here."
Who was that? Who was that? Just,
The DiMaggio story.
oh, that was the Florida team. That had to do with California.
No, I switched stories on you.
Okay.
But
The Florida team was Bobby Boyd, saw us eating in the same place the Colts were all eating. And he said, "Do you want to?" Bobby Boyd's one brought us in to Joe DiMaggio.
He said, "Hey boys, you want to go meet Joe DiMaggio?"
That's what he said.
And I assume none of the four of you said no.
Oh yeah, he sure said that. We all shook hands with him. But I didn't mention nothing but Marilyn Monroe or nothing. I just said that, told him I liked the Boston Red Sox back then. I said, I liked your brother, Vince. I said, he's a good ball player. He says, I can't knock it. That's what Joe DiMaggio said. I can't knock you for that.
Oh, I didn't know he had a brother that played ball.
I played Play catch with Boston Red Sox.
You told Joe DiMaggio you were a fan of his brother. That's great. Oh man.
With Maggio. Yeah.
Did you say it was like a private room or a bar?
Yeah,
Piece of the bar?
You never seen three. There was about, I know, at least 4 in there. Of the prettiest women you ever seen in your life.
Wow.
But Marilyn Monroe wasn't one of them.
That's how the other half lives.
Yeah. Well, we got the tickets. Looky, we were sitting up right high. But the 4 of them's wives were sitting right behind us.
Oh, and at Miami game.
Yeah.
Mm.
And Wanda, it was Wanda. And it was,
Freddie Miller's wife?
well, Fred, well, one of them was his wife, and one of them, she got he was from Nebraska, I forget his name. He hung around with Artie Donovan. But anyway, his wife had Alzheimer's, and she died long after that.
Mm. Hey, hit me right quick with the story about you stood guard at the bathroom while Puckers and Bobby Boyd were wrestling?
Oh, that was too.
Where was that?
At the, what do they call it? Not the gold.
Was it Unitas' club?
No, it was shit. I can't think of it. Gridiron Club.
The Gridiron Club, Baltimore, Maryland. Whose was that?
Well, that's outside of Baltimore a little bit.
That wasn't Donovan's club, was it? Art Donovan's.
No, Art Donovan had had a golf course on it and everything.
Mm.
But we went out there 2-3 times. Says I even forget the name of that. It's like a nightclub, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Oh, Stevie was telling me. I think it was Stevie telling me a story that he said Puckers arm wrestled Art Donovan once. Were you there for that one? Said he.
No.
He said Art Donovan beat his ass, slammed him.
Oh, Stevie who?
Steve Bradshaw, 'cause he and Puckers, spent a lot of time together.
I don't ever remember that one, but I know that Puckers wrestled Bobby Boyd, and they put him down. Of course, Puckers was bigger.
Would you stand in guard?
Bobby Boyd, when he was in college, he was on a wrestling team.
Puckers took him anyway. Don't mess with an old Chrisfield Waterman, huh? Oh, that's
Well,
great.
Puckers was a lot heavier than Bobby too. Puckers would go about 260, and Bobby was about, if you're 210, I doubt it, 180. I
Damn.
would say that's about all he would go. But Bobby,